Live trained.
Hey guys, my name is Becca Pace, and today we are doing a Pilates Fusion workout. All that is necessary for this workout is a mat. You may even want a little extra padding if you have any sensitivity. And we're gonna get real cozy real fast. Come on down to the ground and let's lie down. We begin with our arms at our sides. You wanna make sure your knees are over your ankles, and I want you to focus on your spine. So we're gonna move into a little bit of articulation to get things off. So when you're breathing out, I want you to pull your belly button down and imprint your low back into your mat. So this should feel really stable. We've created a really solid base. This will be a nice base for us when we get into some of the exercises later on. Let your lower back arch, and then let your lower back press down. Breathe in, lift the back up. Breathe out, press it gently. We're gonna take this twice more, just a little spine articulation. We're moving through the pelvis ever so slightly. Move one more time. I want you to keep your back pressed into the ground, float your arms maybe 2 to 3 inches above the floor, and curl up to the tips of your shoulder blades. Look between your thighs, breathe out. Inhale, lower back down. Let's do that again. Chin is slightly tucked, roll up. Inhale, lower down. Now, as you're rolling up, your belly button is pulling towards your mat. It's very much like the breath work we just did to kick things off. So I want you to really feel that activation that's happening in your middle abdominals. Fingertips are trying to touch the backs of your heel bones here. We'll move up and down 3 more rounds. Big exhale towards your thighs. Big inhale with control back to the mat. We'll do 2 more like this. 1 more. Reach your arms all the way back, engage your lat muscles, pull them down, and I want you to let your low back arch. Swim your arms down to your side, plug your low back into the floor, and lift your shins so they're parallel to the ground. Inhale, tap the right toes down. Exhale, switch your legs. Now we're just gonna march the legs, and I want you to think about reaching your toes away from your hips. Keep your hips level, and do your best to keep your low back pressing towards the mat. It's going to want to arch. This is gonna start to fire up those lower, deeper abdominal muscles, as well as your hip flexors as well. We're gonna tap those toes for 4, 3. Try to keep the upper body really rooted into your mat for 2. Let's go 1 more time with our toe taps down and down. Bring your shins to tabletop and relax your spine. You're gonna bring your arms to float in front of your shoulders, and then lower the spine. Let the knees float over your hips. Curl up to the tips of your shoulder blades and extend the right arm back and the left leg forward. Breathe in, breathe out, back to center. Inhale, opposite arm, opposite leg. Exhale to center. Now, as we're moving through this, we're gonna make some space as we lengthen from the pinky finger to the big toe. As you're doing this as well, if you feel any strain in your neck, you can always release your head back down to the floor. Find a rhythm in your breathing. 4 more times here. Breathing in, breathing out. 3 more, just a nice opening of the hips and the shoulders here for 2. 1 more. Meet me in the center, release head, neck, and shoulders down. Circle your arms back and around and set your feet down. Lower back is rooted into the floor, heels are under the knees, and we push our hips up. When we come into our bridge pose, activate your glutes. Tailbone is gonna tuck towards the inner knees a bit, and I want you to hug the inner thighs slightly as we press the upper body down. Lower the hips halfway, inhale. Exhale, press up, belly button pulls down. Let's go a couple more times like this. So we're gonna fire up the back chain of the body, our glutes, our hamstrings, our back muscles. At the same time, we're pushing our hips up to the sky and trying to get the quad muscles to lengthen over the knees. Let's move 4 more times like this. Exhale, ribs are closing, lower back is lengthened. 2 more times. We're gonna stay at the top and just hold. Walk your shoulder blades towards each other. Bring your fingertips towards your heel bones. Maybe the hands stay flat, maybe they interlace. Pull your belly button down, activate your glutes, and stay for 3. Hold for 2. Shoulder blades are now gonna open the arms, and then slowly roll through the spine on 1. Pause for a moment, release your cheeks. Arms once again are planted into the mat. Lower back connects to the mat. Press your hips up to the sky And now we walk the feet a little closer to each other, and starting with the right leg, bend the knee, pull it to your chest, extend the knee, and lower it down. Pull the knee in, extend, and lower. Now we're gonna keep that left foot really pressing down to fire through the hamstring, fire through the glutes. We're gonna make our way through this movement twice more on that right leg. One more time. Lower the foot down underneath your knee and switch your weight. We're gonna pull the left knee in, extend, lower, and reach. So it's almost like we're doing a little bicycle circle with our leg. As you're doing this, we're also feeling a little hamstring stretch here. We're gonna move through this 3 more times. Pull the knee in, and all the while that right glute is working hard to keep the hip in the air. Let's go one more time. Knee in, leg up, foot down, lower down. Bring your knees into your chest. Take a couple circles. Massage out your glutes, massage out your lower back a little bit here. And then keeping your hands gently pressed over your knees or the tops of your shins, curl up into a little ball. From here, we'll keep the right knee as we extend the left leg forward. Breathe in, switch your legs, breathe out. We're not going to pull the legs with our hands, but rather use our hip flexor strength to draw the thigh towards our chest, chest towards our thigh. We're here for 4, 3, 2. Last one here, moving side to side. And now I want you to bring your legs together, knees together, lower head, neck, and shoulders down, and then make a little cradle for your head in your hands. Let's point our elbows in, roll up, and extend the legs. Now you're gonna keep your head supported in your hands, kind of laser beam your elbows towards your knees. Slowly flex your feet and lower the legs down. Point your feet and lift them up. Inhale, lower the legs, push the heels away from you. Exhale, lift. If you feel any strain in your low back, you're gonna lower your head back to the floor and support your low back with a little diamond-shaped hand under your pelvis. We're gonna move the legs down and up 3 more times. The lowering of the leg level is completely up to you. Try to keep your low back pinned to the floor. 1 more time, everybody. Big breath in, big breath out. Lower head, neck, and shoulders down. Grab the backs of your thighs, curl up 1 more time, and then twist the ribs towards the right leg as the left leg lowers, and switch. So we have a little twisted scissor here, moving through the oblique muscles, creating a little bit of an active stretch at the backs of our hammies. Let's move here, 5, 4, ooh yeah, feeling all the heat now, 3, 2 more. Last one coming up on either side. Bring both legs to the sky, release head, neck, and shoulders down. Bring your knees in and catch your breath if you're me. We're gonna rock and roll up for a moment, simply to turn ourselves around. So I want you to make your way onto your tummy. You're gonna stack your hands next to your shoulders and draw your elbows in. Tops of the feet will pin down to the ground, abs will pull in. Shoulders back, press your chest up, breathe in. Lower all the way down, breathe out. You're gonna keep your belly button pulled away from the mat so you're feeling a core stretch as well as you strengthen. Tops of our feet are plugging down, legs are engaged. Feel your hamstrings, feel your glute muscles here. 3 more times, big breath in, push. Big breath out, lower. 2 more. Drop the shoulders, make a little more space between them and your earlobes. We've got 1 more here. As you lower down, relax for a second, shake out your cheeks. And then you're gonna bring your elbows under your shoulders, pull your elbows and your hip bones towards one another, and keep everything really active. So we're pressing down, pulling in, lifting up, and I want you to now flex your right foot and double kick it towards your butt. 1, 2, point your foot and lower. Left side, 1, 2. So now we activate the back of our body, but you're gonna feel a little stretch happening through the top of your quad muscle and your hip. As you're doing this, I want you to continuously concentrate on keeping your upper body very pressed. So we push the floor away from us, belly button is pulled in, ribs are closed, you're breathing out, out, and in, out, out, and in. Twice more. 1 more time. Last one coming up on the left. Lower everything down. Make a pancake shape with your hands, shake out your tush. You're gonna turn your knees out. Bring your heels together and like make a little suction cup between them. Rest your forehead on your hands, pull your ribs in, and then try to lift your thighs off the ground. And then let it go. Now, it might not lift very much at all. I want you to feel your glute muscles. You're gonna feel all the muscles in your low back, even up that supporting your spine. And as the heels are pressing up, you're gonna keep them pushed into one another. So you're creating a little point of resistance for the back chain of our body. Move up and down 3 more times. Again, it doesn't have to be a big movement for it to be super effective for 2. 1 more. Now you're gonna release your legs down, shake out to tush, and press yourselves back into a child's pose. Give your back a chance to release. Push the mat away from you, lift and inflate your ribs, and then maybe let your hips move a little here from side to side. That might feel really nice. Okay, come to a tabletop position. Stack everything so you're really stable, and then tuck your toes and send your hips to the sky. We're gonna walk our big toes together so they touch and lift the right leg up. From here, shift your weight forward. Hover your knee right over your elbow. And then from there, we're gonna slide the knee down towards the wrist, look forward. Pull the knee back up to the elbow, look under the tummy, and then shoot your leg back up to the sky. Breathe in. Breathe out, elbow to, or knee to elbow, wrist, elbow, and up. We've got 3 more here. So I really want you to feel your belly button pulling away from the floor. So we're trying to create a little space there, a little length there. Again, your focus is gonna shift a little bit. Chest forward, chest up, leg up. Let's do that 1 more time. Lift the leg and stay. Bending your knee, flex your foot, let it drop towards your bum. Take a moment there. And then lift the leg, lower your toes, ripple through your spine into a plank pose, make any little adjustments you need to, and then lower the knees and lower your chest halfway down. Push up and sit back onto your heels, anchoring the toes under for some ankle flexion. Let's do it again. Shift forward, bend your arms, push up, and sit back. So we have our nice little moving push-up sequence here, getting into our upper body a little bit. Really root down into your finger pads and your knuckles, grip them into the floor. We'll move 3 more times here. I really love that. Major suction cup of the hands creates a little less pressure, I find, in the upper body. So we're really pushing the ground away from us. Last one like this. We'll rest back onto our heels, untuck the toes, flip your palms to the sky, make fists. Pump them out. Bring a little love and attention to your wrist joints. Again, try to inflate your ribs away from your thighs. Relax your head. Flip your hands back so they're flat. Roll up to your tabletop. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog, feet come together to touch. Left leg lifts to the sky. We've got our little elevator knee, so let's pull the knee to the back of our elbow. Sliding down to the wrist, we look forward. Pulling back to the elbow, look towards the belly button, and then lift your leg to the sky. Let's do it again. Big breath out. And in, 3. 2 more times, really working a little range here. We're waking up our hips, abdominals, upper body. We've got 1 more coming up. Lift the leg, flex your foot, bend your knee, open your hip, take a breather. As you straighten your leg, lower the toes. Tuck your tailbone, roll forward, adjust as needed to get into that perfect plank position and drop the knees. Once again, we sit back to our heels. Tent your hands. This time as we shift forward, right hand comes a bit wider and we stagger. Bring your hand back to neutral and switch every time you come forward. So that moving hand is just gonna fire up a little more through your chest. I want you to keep your palm prints spread nice and wide, just like we did with our tricep push-ups. Let's go 4 more times. And as always, guys, you can work on knees, you can work on toes, you can do one at a time. It's completely up to you. But I do love that little passive pose in between to reset our shoulders for a moment. The next time you sit back, stay there. Untuck your feet, take your arms a bit wider, and then drop your shoulders towards your knees. Maybe roll them a couple times. Again, you can shift your hips a little bit side to side. We've got our final section moving here. I want you to come on down to your left side and hike up your pants if you're me. You're gonna come down onto your left forearm and bend both of your legs. Your heels primarily are stacked right by your hips, by your tailbone, and then the top hip is stacked over the bottom hip. Pull your ribs away from the ground and just start to open and close your top knee. So again, we're gonna start to feel a little movement here in the hips, and I want you to hone in on that outer glute muscle. We're opening and closing top knee 4 more times. Hello, hip and booty, 3. We'll go 2 more. Last one. Press your hips up away from the ground, lift your right arm, and then open and close the knee at the tippy top. Pull your belly button back, push your ribs away from the ground, so you're feeling a little oblique action here as well. We open and close top leg just for 4, 3, 2 more. And as you lower the knee, lower your hips and slide down onto your left arm. Extend your legs at an angle out in front of you and bring that right hand so it's like right in front of your belly button. Pull your ribs back so your spine is long, and then hover your right leg hip height. With your inhale, keeping your foot flexed a lot, pull your leg back but don't let your hips move. Point your foot and pull the leg forward. Inhale, swoop the leg back, keep the hips stacked. Exhale, swing it front. So what I love about our front kicks is we get a chance to mobilize the hip, stretch the hamstring, get into those lower abdominal muscles, and just feel overall stability and flexibility. We've got 2 more coming up here with an inhale. We pull back, squeeze your butt. Exhale, quad is tight. 1 more time. Your leg is gonna stay forward, and we do little circles up and around for 8, 7, 6. Bottom foot is flexed, leg is strong for 4, 3, 2, 1. Stack the legs, bend your knees, press your way up to sitting, and I want you to bring your right leg over your left, bring your hips underneath you. You can keep the left knee bent or straighten it. Whatever floats your boat, take your left arm up and twist to the right, giving that hip a little TLC. Take 1 more round of breath here to your right, and then counter your twist to the left. Making your way to center, swing your legs around to the other side, and come on down to your right forearm. Okay, ribs are pulling away from the earth. We've got our heels stacked in line with our tailbone and our top hip over the bottom hip. Pull your ribs up, hand can guide you. We begin with our hips down, opening and closing top knee. So keep your feet flexed. I just feel like that helps to keep a little more engagement in the legs. We'll open and close 4 more times here. Keep checking in with that right shoulder. Make sure it's not creeping to your ear. Let's do 1 more. Close the knees, press up onto your hip, adjust as needed so you're comfortable there, and extend your left arm. Pull your ribs away from the ground, and let's move and groove left side, up and down. 7. We're creating space, opening things up, finding our newfound strength here. Let's open the knee 4 times more. And 3, 2 more. Last one coming up here. Go ahead and lower down onto your hips. Slide on down to your right elbow, right forearm. Get a little cozy there and pike your legs forward at an angle. You're gonna float your left leg hip height, pull the heel back without moving your hips, point your foot and exhale the leg forward. Flex, pull back. So another thing I want you to think about here is trying to keep your legs slightly turned in. So if you think about your big toe looking down a little more, you're gonna just find a little more control through your hip joint. 3 more times. That big exhale draws your belly button back and elongates the spine for 2 more. On the next one, your leg will stay forward, toes stay pointed, and we have those itty bitty circles for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one here, stack the legs, rebend your knees, Press your way up, 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 and we'll cross the left leg over the right. Get your hips underneath you. Straighten the right leg if you would like. Otherwise, stay where you are. Right arm crosses over to the left, and we twist. Oh, that feels nice. Take one more breath. Let's counter our rotation to the center. And then as you come back to the center, bring your feet together and your knees apart to fold. Let your body just drape into itself. One of the great things about Pilates, I find, is that we get flexibility throughout the entire course of the workout. So we're really not gonna designate a huge amount of time for our cool down, as we already have kind of lengthened our muscles while we've strengthened them. So I wanna just hang out here for about 2 more rounds of breath. Head is relaxed, shoulder blades are wide and heavy. Let's roll our way up to sitting. You can simply cross your feet. And we're reaching our arms up to the sky, interlacing your fingers, press your hands up, and then push your hands forward and round out your spine, drop your chin. Push your hands up and bring them behind you. Shoulder blades will squeeze together, chest will lift. As you come back to the center, everybody bring your hands together to touch at your heart. Take a moment here. I want you to just feel all that newfound strength within you, that more open feeling throughout your hips and your muscles in general. Keep coming back to these Pilates Fusion workouts to build more strength and overall mobility throughout your entire body. On that note, give yourselves a round of applause. We are finished here today. You did amazing. Until next time, have an amazing day today. I will see you later.
Live trained.